The drivers, characters, and events in TOECAR are fictional. Nobody was harmed in the filming of this production. Now sit back and enjoy the race.
Welcome to round 4 of the TOECAR Garbage Truck Series, where today we're returning to one of the most infamous tracks we've ever gone to, guys. Gauntlet. Last season, this is the race nobody wanted to win. Hell, the race nobody could afford to win with all the fuel mileage going on. But anyway, we do have a show to put on nonetheless. I'm Kyle, I'm here with Matt, I'm here with Mike. And gentlemen, I'm afraid for today.
I'm terrified. Last season we lost 2 drivers in a single race and we didn't see either of them happen live. I can't believe that happened, but you know what? We've returned and we've made improvements to the excuse me. We've made improvements to the racetrack. This year we have what we call the Poke deflector. This is a brand new, very intuitive barrier, now with memory foam pillows attached to the outside, and they have been filled with Derrick Poke's actual memories. So they will be able to keep the drivers safe in the event of an impact here. Like that, Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
But a little bit safer here, but still we're going very fast. The wall is very far away, a lot of momentum you can wind up to hit it, so still a very concerning racetrack to race at.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta wonder what people might remember if they make a hard enough impact with that wall. Just some fresh memories. That might be enticing to them, to be honest with you. They might want to know what goes on with Derrick Poke's memories. But honestly, for me, I'm glad we're back. I kind of wish we didn't have any safety improvements. I like the danger. This is what TOECAR the way it ought to be. You know what I mean?
Sorry to have cut you off earlier, Matt, but to your point about the memory foam, you have to think, look at that 01 truck, guys. If that Chad GPT truck is to hit that wall, does he just suddenly become a sentient being, or is he still a robot?
Who knows?
Well,
I don't.
before we get things underway, Mike,
Do you?
take a look at our injury report.
Well, Talladega's actually pretty clean by our standards. I mean, if you don't count the truck that was 18 stories up in the air on lap 3. But still clean. In that crash on lap 3, it was Wally Waffle Stomp that took flight, cleared the catch fence threefold, and then slammed back down on the pavement, roof and hood first. And you know, his seat belts, it held his shoulders and everything, held him down in the seat, but his head was unrestrained, so it just went yoink! Just extendo, bonked off the roof. So then after that impact, he just had an extra long neck just flopping around in there, and then he started tumbling down the front stretch, and that's when he shit himself. After the shitting incident, Dr. Basil walked into his porta potty, just ripped the door open, and very rude. Saw him in there shitting with his head hung over like a limp flower. He said, "That's some coil bonded neck right there, son." And he just turned around and walked away with the door wide open, and Wally can't reach the handle from the seat, so I wouldn't be surprised if photographers got a few pictures of that, and some of those pictures surface soon. But that's going to keep Wally out of the truck for 2 weeks while his neck regains the strength to keep it back up straight with its new length. And in the 09 truck today is going to be John Niemanek, a returning face. Haven't seen him in quite a while. Last time we saw him was a Plot 55 start in Season 2, and then the last time before that, early on in Season 1 when he drove into the pit wall at Riki. Lucky to survive that, but he wants to come back and show the world what he's made of, because he insists that it's more than neck. And also in that huge crash on lap 3, the only other person that got mildly hurt, and that was Dadgum, got turned down to the inside wall pretty hard. He got diagnosed with massive Christ yet again. But all things considered, the good Lord kept him pretty damn safe. And the only other complaint from any drivers was Taylor Ham at that pile up on lap 20 going into turn 3. Taylor had already gotten collected in the crash, and then Big Luke came in and hit him in the left front tire. And once again, guys, you just cannot underestimate the power of Big Luke lifts. When that boy hits you, you feel it. And it rattled Mr. Ham's cage. But, you know, sometimes a good cage rattle is what you need to wake you up and get you back in racing shape. So I wouldn't be surprised if that 30 truck had a good run here today.
Wow, yeah, Mike, that wreck was definitely terrifying last week. We're all wishing for a speedy recovery for that 09 team's driver, Wally Waffle Stomp. But nonetheless, it's a good sight to see John back in that 09. He hasn't been here since Season 1, guys. It's been a couple months, a couple years, actually. So making his triumphant return. Unfortunately, probably the most dangerous track he could have picked, so that's not a good sign. But either way, some of you may have looked at our Twitter this past week, and if you did, or if you heard what Matt said at the end of the race last week, we got the in-season tournament. On your screen right now is a 16-person bracket. There's going to be one of these for the Cup Series as well as the Truck Series, of course. The way it works is pretty simple. Here we are at week number 1 at Gauntlet. As you see on your screen, for instance, the top battle. It's going to be Clink Bottles and Octavius Flex in a 1 versus 16 round matchup. This is, of course, set by our point standings. Tie is broken by Aura. Octavius Flex or Clink Bottles, whoever finishes the highest in this particular race is going to move on to the next round at Ear Splitter to face the winner of DUI Div and the Orb, and so on and so forth until we get to Texas World, the third and final week for the Truck Series version of the tournament, where all 4 finalists will compete against each other, where the winner wins a big, big prize. A big prize that we will be announcing later, TM. Guys, I'm really excited to see how this tournament plays out. I think we're going to see a lot of upsets, especially here at the Gauntlet. Who do you think is going to win it all?
I got my money on Fred Wurst. He showed really good promise early in the season. He recovered from marinara to come back and win the second race of the season. That's good momentum. If you can survive that, you know what? I think he's going to be able to carry that and win the tournament. Yeah, tournament.
I'm going to go with Sarah, personally, because I think willful ignorance is going to result in bliss in this tournament, because it's not against everybody else. You don't have to win the race. You just have to beat 15 other drivers today. And then if you make it, then you only got to beat 7 others. So I think Sarah's got this in the bag.
Well, I think we're overlooking one person based on seeding, guys. To win a tournament like this, there's one thing you need: luck. And who has more luck than the person with God on his side? Dad Gum, our 14 seed, going up against Dr. Chemo Slice today. I think he might win it all, guys. However, I do want to also point out a very interesting matchup for week number 2, potentially. If Making Music does beat Sarah, and if Rustard beats Walter Cooler, they're going to go face-to-face next week at Ear Splitter.
Wow.
Nonetheless, that's enough talk. Let's get down to today's Dale Earnhardt walkie-talkie starting grid. On pole today, I guess the edibles kicked in, gentlemen. Claire Pressure in that 75. Great qualifying run. Going to be hard to take the lead from her today. And alongside her, Dr. Chemo Slice, a medical professional, hoping to do some surgery in Victory Lane on a grape. Then, the man trying to defend his Season 1 championship and win a new one this year, Rustard and Ketchup in that pink 42 truck, starting great today. And alongside him, Don't Look Now. Not because he's mean, but because he's bright. It's the orb in the 0. Then, Braden Bunch, somehow sticking around for 3 seasons. And he's won at Riki Raceway, a track that's at least a little bit similar to this in regard to danger, at least. Very dangerous track. I think he's going to convert that over to success today. I'm looking for Braden Bunch to have a good day. And then alongside him is your truck, Mike, the 55. Svertsunder Stormvarn. Great qualifying effort for him. I don't think we've seen the 55 start this high up all season. Next row. That's going to be the 68 of Backshot Jones. And alongside him, Sarah in that 79 truck. And in rounding out our top 10, first up, the 76 of Down Under. And alongside him, our returning face, John Niemanek in that 09.
And then he's back. Conrad East back in the 62 this week after getting tetanus in the catch fence at Auto Club. And Philip McCrack on his outside after trying to go through the infield of Talladega. That was a hell of a choice. Can't believe he missed that wall. And we have Octavius Flex in the 08. He knows what happens today, but we don't. And Dad Gum starting his outside. He's thanking God for that new poke deflector down there in turn 3 or whatever turn that is. I'm going to call it turn 3 because the pits start there. And we have Making Music starting 15th, once again going for the Season 1 and 3 championships this year. And then the 97 of DUI Div to his outside. The numbers still are straight, unlike Blink Bottles. And we have Chad GPT in the 01. Like Kyle was saying, what will happen if he hits that poke deflector? We don't know how technology fares when it hits a pillow that hard. And you can't hear me. He's been having a terrible season so far. Maybe he can make it back to the Cup Series if he can get something done this season. And we have Taylor Ham in the 30 truck. I heard he has his dog with him this week. Pork Roll. He's a big boy. And 57 of Shave Burns. He passed away here last year, but with the new poke deflector, maybe he can be spared.
Yeah, Mike, that's kind of scary. I mean, big ups to him for coming back here and trying to, I don't know, avenge himself? I don't know if that's really the word for it since he's back alive. But at any rate, we have the back half of the field to go through. And that includes, in 21st position, it'll be Fred Wurst, the winner at Auto Club. Pretty cool. He had marinara, now he doesn't. Crazy. On his outside, we have the duo, the dynamic duo, the stuck-together duo of Chick and McNugget in the 65 truck. In the next row, we have the 44 truck of Guy Kia, looking to have, I don't know, fun or something. Speaking of fun, it's Big Luke Lifts on his outside and his fun-looking beater truck. Not the only strange vehicle in this field, but we'll get to that in a second, because in the row behind that, we got David Krappenschitz and his classic 46 machine, and on his outside, it's looking a little bit different this week. We got to be honest. It's Harold Klott. He's in his Jeep because he feels like he needs a little bit more safety. Unfortunately for him, the aerodynamics of a Jeep are not great. Cow is more aerodynamic than this vehicle, so it's really up to Harold to dig. He's got to go. Speaking of gotta go, Mateus Paiva in 27th starts the next row with Walter Cooler on his outside. Then we have Tom and Jay Walls in this classic 66 Fastenal machine. And Babe Juth will start this race from the 30th position.
Starting 31st today, it's the Breakfast of Champions, Eaton Beaver in that 91.
I love Eaton Beaver.
With his wooden roll cage. And then thankfully it's a day race because we have LED lights in the 84 alongside him. Then, one of our 3 seasoned veterans, Koi Origami in the 96 Paper Planes machine, and alongside him, Tiny Stewart. I was actually speaking to Tiny before the race today. He drove the high side in one of the turns for the first time. He could not believe the view. Then, Jeff Gordon, last week's winner, starting in the back today, but he could be on the same vacation plan that we saw Limburger on last season in Cup. Didn't really pay off for him. Maybe Jeff Jordan could do a little better. Then Clink Bottles in the 54 truck. The only reason I know who that is because that 54 is looking right at me here in Blimp Biscuit. Gonna look for a very, very good day today. He has not really had luck on tracks like this. I think last season he wrecked in this track. Hasn't had a lot of luck at the big track, so looking to turn it around. Then, Derrick Poke. Looking at the pre-race odds, he is a plus 200,000 to win this race. I'm hoping he did not bet on himself, but then again, could pay off if he finds himself in victory lane. And alongside him, our Sunshine. LeBronchitis in that 6. Does anybody want a Sprite Cranberry? Behind that, the 04 of Mark, I guess. He said he's going to go, and I quote, fast, I guess, today. Going to see if he can get to the front pretty quick. And then alongside him, the most overrated man in TOECAR, to 3 Masato. Tristan's not here today, so I can say it. Starting in the back as usual. Probably going to finish there too. Then, on our final starters today, that's the 94 truck. Of course, driven by malnourished Marcus Morgan. Looking to get up to the front. Had a lot of work ahead of him, though, because as we all know, a lot of this field is a goddamn weapon, and he's going to have to pass at least 40 of them to do it. And then starting P last, Ginger Joe in that 13. Might regret the fact that he can turn right now after that surgery because he's going to have to survive this race, and it's been a challenge for a lot of these guys. Nonetheless, we can only start by throwing it down to Jason Payson with today's command.
Gentlemen, actually, drivers, start your engines.
I think Pierre might be back with us.
Yeah. It's just like, that's 2 races in a row where it's some dork.
That's satire,
Has
by the
given
way.
us
He's
the
not
command.
alive.
We think. Nonetheless, 42 machines fire up. 41 going to peel off pretty quick. I'm sure at least one of them is going to peel off slow as always, but they'll figure it out before we get to the line.
What I've seen in practice, these new Hoosier tires and this new engine package we've had after Auto Club, the speeds are a little bit higher than last season, so it's a little bit more terrifying for these drivers. I don't blame Harold for his Jeep one bit.
It's just not going to help him, you know? Like, this is a race that he could win.
It's a placebo.
Speaking of Harold,
You know
he's not
what?
gonna be happy you're buddying up with Claire like that.
Why not?
Rumors are in the offseason they got quite close. I don't know. Either way, pace
Deforma
car's in.
clot pressure on their way.
Pace car's in. We still got about 300 yards before the line. Nonetheless, another day, another bogey. We will soon be going green.
Boogity.
Wow. They're on the gas. Look at
They're
the orb. What's
accelerating.
he up to?
He's trying
The
that
turn-
high side.
This turn right here, guys, is not going to be like that this lap, but this might be the most tough turn on this entire corner. You might even have to lift a little bit through there today. A lot of banking, but it's still a very sharp angled turn. Going to see a lot of trouble there, I'm sure.
See a lot of trees there.
Ooh,
Look at Sarah slicing and dicing. Trying to make her way up to the front.
John
You gotta
Neiman
wonder
trying
if
to make
Siri
a
has
move.
started. Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, and here comes Octavius Flex. He's trying to get away from something.
What does he know that we don't?
You know, stuff, probably.
I mean, if there's one thing we know for sure, everybody in this field knows about the fuel situation. You got to think that's on the top of their mind. Maybe the reason they're going 4 and 5 wide is because they're all saving.
John Niemanek and Conrad East about made contact down that last straightaway. Look at that snarling pack of trucks.
You see there from space. As we get through, I think, the last corner here. This is such a windy track, guys. There's no other road course with this banking and this style of racing, quite frankly.
There's my 8 wide again.
Oh my God,
We're
that
so
was
back.
a crazy shot.
Oh, shit, they're wrecking.
Oh,
That's a
there's
couple trucks in it.
Oh,
Oh,
your truck, Mike. Dr.
That's some
Chemo's
guys
for
in
life.
Coffee down. Coffee down.
We got a
Sarah's
long way
in
to
it.
race back.
They sure do. And, you know, I called this a snarling pack, but what I was going to say was that it could turn into a sniffling pack, depending on how violent these crashes are going to be. There wasn't many trucks involved in that, but it could have been a tough lick for some of those guys.
What I'm concerned about, guys, is anybody going to try to dive to pit road here now that the caution's out? We've seen that be very treacherous. They're approaching it now. Looks like they're all
I
going to
wouldn't
stay out.
think.
Thank God.
Whoa! The orb was getting real close.
4 wide. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
you can't. Oh God. Everybody took those odds personally. He's trying to kill everybody.
They're racing back for the caution here. Ruster and Ketchup trying to get off a fraud watch right here.
Here comes Claire, fighting back.
Oh,
Who's
it's
gonna
gonna
get
be
it?
close. Rustard.
Oh!
I think Down Under might have got
Scoreboard.
second. Claire, I think, got third. Yup. And it looks like Taylor Ham is going to be P4. Taking a look from high above, courtesy of Blimp Biscuit. They're all 4, 5, fucking nearly 7 wide. We see right there, Philip McCrack gets turned right up to Dr. Chemo Slice. Sarah gets into it. You see there, your truck, Mike, John Niemannek. Pardon me, not John Niemannek. Severton got a good piece of that. Our outside pole sitter is all torn up. He seems sliding down the 5,000 degree banking here. Thankfully, though, I don't think any of these trucks are too tore up, guys.
They're a little
Sarah's
worse
got a
for
good
wear.
bit of damage. Whoa, and a spilled coffee.
Yeah, that spanking's very bad. She better have a lid on that.
You know, guys, I'm actually... Oh, wow, I'm hearing now from Rob Pockets for this week, given the high banking here, they actually gave her a 0G thermos. That drink is level no matter which way she is on the track this week.
Well, let's go.
That's
She's
some
a
forward
quid.
thinking.
Oh, more trouble.
Oh. Secondary crash here involving Big Luke lifts and Corey Origami. It's just, yeah, it gets turned. Oh, Tiny Stewart does a little jump. But last week's winner, Jeff Gordon, involved in this crash as well. Big lick to the outside wall, or inside wall, I guess. Yeah, they just kind of slid also. We got a lot of sliding in this collection of accidents.
Right on board with Corey Origami through this one. They start wrecking on his high side there, and then he's just trying to race back to the caution. But then Big Luke's underneath him, and he's not quite clear. Gets hooked.
Oof.
Oh, Tiny
Whoa.
Stork goes floating. Oh!
Ah.
Even the
Didn't
soft
fly
floats
like
here aren't
paper.
soft. Oh, get out the way.
I think Big Luke might have had the most damage of anybody out of that part of the wreck.
Oh, by the way, do we have to
Oh.
give AARP to everybody now that he won last week?
Only the people who texted. Unfortunately for us, our phone line was down, Mike. Field making its way around the last corner as we head to our first restart of the day. No fortunate K9, of course. We're starting out super early. They didn't take long to wreck here in TOECAR, folks. Nonetheless, Russ and Ketchup still our leader. Alongside him, of course, Down Under in that 76. Down Under made his way to the front quick. Taking no prisoners today. And we're green once again.
After seeing this 20-wide race, and I would have to think that the very front is the only place that's possibly safe, but, you know, it's still not completely safe. Not holding Harold back, though. Here he comes up and working his way towards the top 5 in that Jeep.
Wow. It looks crazy seeing it go around the track.
It really does. We've never seen a vehicle like that out here, guys.
I'm hearing this is the exact vehicle he used back in World War II.
Oh, that's extra crazy. Look at him being all zany and wacky up on the top side.
For those keeping an eye on the bracket at home, of course, that first wreck, or the first series of wrecks, really took out a couple of our contenders. Dr. Chemo Slice, our 3 seed, was in that. And then Jeff Gordon, our 5 seed, and last week's winner. Controversy early.
Oh, Macon blocking, you can't. He does not want him to come down. Oh, Babe Ruth in tow.
And guys,
Here comes David Crappin' Shits.
speaking of, now that David Gutterball's won a cup race, I think second place for the person people want to see win the most is probably that 46 to David Krapich. Of course, Harold's going to be ahead of him, unfortunately. But a lot of votes for that 46. A lot of people want to see this guy succeed, and maybe now's the time.
Oh, they're squeezing right there. Don't like that. They made it a lap and some more. Look at
Burns.
Dewey
Wow.
Div ripping bottom.
A bunch of them. Shave Burns, Dewey, they were all struggling to keep it down there. Able to keep it in one piece, though.
Oh no, Dewey wasn't struggling. He was ripping. Look at him. He's still carrying that mow. He's gonna try and get behind Daddy McBetty here.
Well, people are going to be saying rip if he keeps it up, Matt. This is a very dangerous track. You got to pick and choose your battles carefully.
Sniffling pack.
Field gets a little more organized, keeping it to 4 and maybe 5 wide instead of 10 like we just saw the last time. This is really a race of nutrition. I know we already got 8 in the books, but really you don't have to make your move until about 5 to go. As you can see, very easy to make your way to the front. Oh my God, Babe Juth, what are you doing? But you do have a lot of time. You don't have to rush yourself. You can kind of pace your decision making. I think that's going to be a really, really big advantage to the people we've seen racing in TOECAR for 3 seasons now. They've been through this. They've seen the worst wrecks humanity has to offer, and yet they're still here. And I think that's
Jeep
going to pay dividends.
seems pretty aerodynamic, Matt.
Look, man, I just state the science. Look how quick he's gonna get swallowed up.
I wonder if they did anything to give it extra horsepower to compensate, you know. As long as it all balances out in the end, you call that net zero emissions.
I don't think a horse would fit under that hood, Mike.
A couple aardvarks in there.
Pony, on the other hand,
Arthur?
4 wide for the lead. You can't going to take it, I think, and he's got Chad GPT right alongside him. I got to think, Do you think maybe ChatGPT actually wants to hit that memory foam? There's a part of him maybe that wants to be, you know, a full-fledged human being.
Whoa,
Oh,
guys.
God.
LED lights just about went to the space station.
Octavius Flex is in a very, very precarious spot in the middle of 4 and potentially 5 wide. Oh, Ellie. Oh, my God.
All over the place.
Oh, that's a great
Look
one.
at the shadows.
As we see there from our weather station, field's going all over the place. We're already 6 and 7 wide again. As they storm into turn 1, this has got to be the scariest part of the track. Look at Claire. She had to hit the fucking brakes to get through the turn.
They really scrunch back up there through the center of that corner, and some people can carry more momentum than others, and it makes it really scary, really sketchy. Should be seeing an accident or two over there sometime through today.
One other thing worth noting, I think everybody is still in this pack. I don't think anybody has enough damage to where they're no longer in the draft whatsoever. We see a couple stragglers, but we don't really see anybody completely off the draft. As we all saw last season at Pigs Creek, all it takes is one person falling off at these kind of tracks, and you could have an absolutely devastating crash. Just ask Muscular Atrophy.
Speaking of which, Pigs Creek coming up tomorrow. Don't miss that. The Cup guys are going to be in for another...
Whoa!
Oh, God.
Oh, God! They are really trying to turn each other.
Now we have safer berries in most of this racetrack, so that should cushion some of the impacts in addition to the poke deflector, which is extra soft. But, you know, when the speeds are this high and the wall is that far away, you can gain so much speed into it. Nothing's going to be good here. Look at the orb. To the
All by
inside,
itself.
outside. Depending
I
on
don't
where
To
he
the
is.
left.
That's a very bright young man. You know, they have high things to say about him. His crew chief, he's always talking to me down in the pits. I have no fucking clue what he's saying. He doesn't speak English, but that truck is flat flying today.
I don't even know how to say that guy's name.
I just dap him up.
Nice. Ooh, Claire and Walter Cooler bumping uglies to that corner right there. They separate.
Oh my God, dadgum, just door Ginger Joe. That looks like they're going to hang on to it, but that was nearly a disaster.
Morgan in the orb. Just rub tires there. I'm surprised they didn't go flying.
And guys, I hate to say it, I don't like that 94's chances. Not of him finishing well, but of his chance to survive. That is somebody who has not eaten in a very, very long time, and it's going to take a lot of nutrients to survive a wreck here. Oh.
God, look at them all check up. I don't know what lane you want to be in going through this corner.
Oh!
Oh, they're wrecking. It's
Conrad
Conrad East
I
with
can't
the
see who that
lazy one.
Is that
Somebody
Octavius?
else.
It might be the 08.
It looks like the 08, and oh my God, they're 6-7 going through here.
Well, that'll certainly be a caution. I'm sure Jason's already making his way back out, so this is going to be us racing back to the line.
Oh, watch out.
Easy
watch
does
out.
It. Easy does it. Oh, I don't like the looks of this. They're 6 wide in 3 lanes.
They're still
go.
6.
This is racing.
Oh my gosh.
Pinnacle
Nike is not giving it
Motorsports.
up.
That is true. The newly formed 8-Ball Motorsports trying to take the series over. Week 1 not going the way they wanted so far.
Fred Wurst backed out of that because he knows he just doesn't need to be involved.
You know, that's what I was talking about earlier, Matt. The patience and just the understanding of how long these races really are is going to play huge dividends today. As if
Look
it
at
races back to the line, I think it's going to be LED lights, just barely.
LED lights, despite being a massive squirrel throughout that run, takes the lead.
200 of a second. Is the caution out?
It is.
Okay. I was getting
Yeah, so
worried.
like-
They were going pretty quick.
Here comes the
What
bright
the
pace truck.
What the flip happened?
Oh, he's turning.
Take another look at things here. That 62 returning after his tetanus shot last week. Oh my God,
Hey.
almost got turned in front of everybody. I think the 08's the only one that ends up hitting him here.
Very
He's gonna
low.
keep it going.
Miraculously.
Octavius Flex must have saw all the other timelines. If he doesn't hold the brakes, he's getting plowed in the driver's door. So that's the best thing he could have done to avoid that.
Down
Wow.
Under got out of that scot-free, and I don't like that.
Let's put right on board with a potential fraud. After this, he might not be. Check this out. What a miss!
That was awesome. The truck did the stanky leg while he was missing it too. Did you see that? Got some gyro cam action.
Back alive here at the Gauntlet. We have 16 laps complete when they hit the stripe. It'll be lap 17. Flying through this race because they are flying around the racetrack. We got LED lights. We got old Dewey Div up on the front row, as well as Clear Pressure and Tom and Jay Walls in row 2. Hoping to, continue to stay out of trouble as they go off into turn number 1. And 2, I'm not sure. Would you call this 2 turns?
No, because ovals have 2 turns, Matt.
Okay. So this is
Alright
turn
then.
3.
Yes.
All right.
And we need to cut these fucking trees down.
Yeah.
They do. Not only that, I'm not sure if anybody else at home has noticed quite yet. There are a few differences to this track. You might notice a lot less caution lights than last season. I hear electric. Oh my god!
Oh, Mateus just tried to kill Walter Cooler.
Before inevitably a tragedy breaks this up, I heard Electric Bill actually pawned a lot of them off before the race. I don't know why he did that. But it's gonna be a lot harder to know if the caution's out. Oh,
Just don't have caution.
They're
They're
gonna
gonna have cautions. They're having cautions. Daddy
Oh,
McBetty. Oh no! Is that
Oh,
Taylor
David
Ham?
Oh!
Oh shit!
Oh no! I think somebody's upside down. Yep.
No. Now he's pork roll.
Oh, I think I hit again. DUI div. He was grabbing for his drink. God damn it! They're racing back. Who's gonna get here first? Looks like it
Somebody.
might be. Is that an 09 truck? It is.
Niemenek.
No, it's not.
No.
Oh, there's more.
Morgan.
Marcus Morgan.
He needs to eat a trophy, Kyle.
What do they call it oven when you oven the cold food of a hot?
Let's take a look from the blump up here. McBetty and Crappenshits. Oh, looks like
Oh.
LeBron and them got together. And up goes McBetty, and then he's going to have a hard lick. Oh,
Oh.
another driver's side hit for McBetty into the safer barrier. You hate to see that.
I clinked his bottles.
And don't worry, we're going to look at the other crash in just a moment. We just want to make sure nothing happened to old McBetty here. As you know, this track very dangerous after you slide back down. And he's going to be all right.
Guys, I'm hearing on the radio right after the crash. They said, "Daddy, are you okay?" And he said, blah, 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 blah. But I don't think that he's doing right.
Kyle, I think that's Old English.
Looking at the other part of this accident, as those guys get together, it sends LeBron and Shave Burns down the track into Taylor Ham, who goes up the track into David Crappenshits. Mark, I guess, gets involved back there. Oh, upside down.
And
Taylor
in the
Ham
back-
rolling on over.
I don't think I'm gonna
Oh.
blow what 97 did here on alcohol. Guys, he had a terrible impact into the wall right behind those guys. We gotta get another look at that. Here we see the 97. He's gonna get caught up in it as we saw. Gonna hit Mark, I guess. And look at this impact to the wall.
Oh!
Hey.
Mark had a
Vicious.
hard hit, too.
I guess.
Was quoted on the radio saying, "Ouch," I guess.
Let's ride with the Ham through this one. I hope Pork Roll's back in the pits, because he's going to go for a pork roll right here. The old hook of death.
Oh, the 58 just barely missed it.
Oh!
So much time to think about hitting the wall, too. It's way up there. Oh, and then that. You know, like, come on.
Welcome back to the Gauntlet, where we're about 30 feet from the restart zone. Chicken McNugget on the front row with Marcus Morgan. That is a very ironic 1 and 2, guys.
I guess
McDo-
so.
The McDonald's sponsorship, they have all the food they need in the pits. Not
Get 'em,
sharing at
Harold.
all with Marcus.
Fuck him up, Harold. Look at him.
There he
To
goes
the
to the
lead.
lead.
Oh, God.
And you know, we're 4 weeks in now. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop, and it hasn't. Babe Ruth has been really good this season. Shockingly.
Oh,
There's
Tiny Stewart.
Tiny story. He was a little bit involved in one of those first wrecks earlier. He's found his way back to the front.
Yeah, some of them crashes just don't matter. You know, if you don't hit hard on the nose or something, like, you'd be all right.
Even Taylor Ham's back there. I mean, we can still see him in the camera shot. Give it a couple laps, but he still sees the pack right now. Oh, God! They're
Getting
moving a lot.
close.
Oh, they're real close, too. That could have mean devastation with those slow trucks, though, guys. I feel like eventually they're going to get swallowed up by this pack if we get a long
Whoa,
enough
whoa,
run.
whoa, whoa.
Oh, maybe
LED
we-
lights. And
Maybe we just won't
Sarah,
have one.
so close to getting together there.
That's the last thing Sarah needs is another big hit. She's 4 weeks in and about 15 concussions in. Catching up with Jackie already.
So many cups of coffee, too, which obviously that's been fixed for this week.
You know, she's gotten burned so
Whoa.
many times, too. We talked about those 3rd-degree burns. She's had so many coffee spill on her, she's got burns to the 3rd power. Crazy.
There are guys slamming the brakes going into turn number 1. They're getting so scared. That's why they tremor. They're getting scared.
Let's do a good old speed check. What are we going through here? 265. Oh, no!
Oh, somebody's going 0 in a moment back there. Who
30
is
was
it?
in it. Oh,
Rustard's
Fred
in it.
Worth.
Worst. That was my... oh.
Fred's getting the worst of it.
Tournament implications. Big Luke looks like he got a part of this one, too.
A lot of trucks passing these trucks. And there's more trucks up here.
The field races back to the line one more time. You love to see nobody diving down to the pits. That's a good sign of things to come, hopefully. Oh, that group is very, very sketchy. Corey Origami's going to get hooked. Oh. Okay, they're okay.
They try to lock bumpers and it just doesn't work.
We've really not seen tandems pay
It's
off
like the
here in TOECAR.
Coinstar. It's never working. But you know who is working? Guy Kia. Working his way up to the front. He takes the lead. And we are under caution. Yet again.
I broke a Coinstar by putting wet coins in it one time.
Mike, I don't want to hear about your slobbered on coins. Taking a look at what brought out the yellow here. You see Severe Thunder, Starnvarn, and Ruster and Ketchup get together. They get into Big Luke lifts. Claire lucky to get away. Ginger Joe involved. Obviously, you know that Fred Worst was involved. He was getting the worst of it. Some trucks avoiding what was going on here. Big Luke lifts down in the grass. Ginger Joe, get it straightened out. These two go up. 42 makes a little contact with the wall, but not the 28. These guys get by scot-free, apparently. As, you know, they're racing back. They're trying to pick up positions. Maybe they could pick up some of Mike's slobbered on coins on the way there.
I didn't lick them. Well, let's ride on board with my truck. This is my
That's
GoPro,
his
too.
truck. Hey!
Oh my god, the duct tape's almost flying off from the speeds. I guess
he
all
hit
things
anything?
considered, he did less damage to it than LW did.
Not going to take any coins to fix that, thankfully.
Yet again, someone causing a wreck and not really getting any comeuppance from it.
That's okay.
L.
As the field comes back down, ready to start lap 28.
Fancy
Pass.
camera, Mike.
Thank you. Past the poke deflector here with all the memory foam, keeping everybody nice and safe if they were to hit it.
I remember.
Never forget, Mike.
Never remember, even.
Guy Kia leading the race down. LeBron Kitus on his outside. Walter
Remember
Fuller,
what, Matt?
LED lights.
And Harold. Harold keeping the Jeep up front. Beep, beep. Jeep, Jeep.
Through the final corner here. Very long way back down to the start-finish line. I'm so glad there's a catch fence there. Look at that fucking
Oh.
drop-off. Mark, I guess, having trouble, I guess.
It's true.
The cameras don't even want to see him, so we're going to ignore him. Green flag.
Yeah, just ignoring Mark, I guess, you know.
He'll come back around, I'm sure.
Whoa! You can't hear me. Almost turned Backshot Jones immediately. That would have been so stupid, dude.
And you know, guys, one of the most conflicted people in the field's got to be that 8-truck making music. The Season 1 championship, his competitor's already crashed. He's still trying to make the playoffs for this season, and his competitor in the tournament is Sarah, who's right alongside him, basically. That's got to be a lot of things in one person's mind, you know?
You know, the common denominator for his goal is just to win the race. So if he does that, nothing else matters, because that means he's back in the Cup Series, and all he'd have to do after that is focus on making sure the Ruster and Ketchup doesn't make it, which is a pretty easy solution. There's a lot of blunt objects you can turn them head on into. Oh! Like Marcus Moore almost had done to him there by Dad Gum.
And he's trying to do it to Sarah, too. Fire off in the corner. It gives these early season race winners something to go for, too, as well. Throughout the tournament. You know, they'll hang out for a while, probably survive the first few crashes, but then they'll try to get up there.
Wow, it does not take them long, guys. 6, 7, 8 wide down the front stretch. Harold leading that lap. I think he's probably in contention for leading the most so far.
It's just a matter of time before he gets a win. He's been leading so many races. He's finished second a couple times, I'm pretty sure, hasn't he? Or was that just once and it really traumatized me? I'm not sure.
He almost won the Texagon, and then he almost won Talladega. I don't think he finished second at Texas, though. Or he made it into Talladega. One of those two was worse. But nonetheless, he's been up front quite a bit, to your point. Even Orange County last season, he did pretty well.
Just so much heartbreak, it all kind of runs together. Oh, look at
It
this.
really does.
My heart's starting to heal, because here comes to 3 Masato. Finally
don't
having
care.
a turnaround. Well, I do.
This guy's had probably the worst season of his career so far, which is crazy to say because he's missed almost every race in Season 1, still ended up a champion. But finally, some positive momentum, like you said, Mike. This 67 and last season, the 77, I feel like he was in the wall on a weekly basis, an endless cycle of crew chiefs. This team really needs this run.
Thank God Tristan's not here, because Mateus Paiva trying to go for the lead as they try to wreck each other in the back.
Yeah, Chad GPT tried to kill Backshot Jones. I don't know what that was about.
Niemannek using his half a Season 1 experience to his advantage, leading the race here.
Oh, Sarah. Oh, my God. I thought Sarah was
Fanning
getting
out
out.
aggressively. Oh, you can't hear me trying to squeeze his way past Eaton Beaver. Falls in behind him instead.
Oh, he
And
wants
you
to
know,
come
like
up and
they
touch
say,
Claire.
oh, almost turns Claire.
What a
But
great
as they
side
keep
draft.
fanning out around this track, you have to remember, 6 wide, 7 wide, 8 wide, crash.
That is what they're saying. And by
Think
they, I
about
mean Lil Wayne.
Real G's move in silence. Like,
Could you imagine that
La
truck?
Saga. hello?
Anyway,
I love pasta.
3 and 4
Pasta's
wide.
pretty good.
Dadgum, he's trying to get set up for the next corner. That's a good strategy, you know. It looks like he's just dropping out of line, but that gets him on the bottom for the next corner. And look at the momentum he got.
Sure, he's going to go with nobody, too. It looks like he's going to just try to fit between Gaikia and John Niemanek.
3 wide for the lead.
One.
Shutting the door on him. Like Harold trying everything. Flying.
And this might be one of the longer runs we've had today, guys. I think this is what, lap 3? I know that sounds ridiculous on paper, but let's not forget, this is a massive racetrack. They're flying around here at nearly 270 miles an hour, covering a lot of ground.
Yeah, to that point, I'd like to see someone further back in the pack if we don't crash as we cross the line, what their speed is. Not this far back. The hell?
We're getting up there. About 270 miles an hour, so we're getting some big runs
Across
back
the
here.
start finish. They're going to build more momentum. Riding on board here. You can't hear me.
A little bit safer back here, a little bit more spread out, but we want to check back in if the controls want to work. Back up here at the front.
Saw Daddy McBetty back there. He's thinking in hieroglyphics right now.
What do we got? What's Sarah running right here?
So am I. I can't say that word.
273. We're cooking.
So reasonably 275 in the big draft here.
You know,
Absolutely insane stuff.
that begs the question.
Oh, shit! Tom and Wall's upside down, hard onto the pavement. Clear
it's-
pressure. Oh, he's flipping into the
Oh
fence.
my God!
Twirling, twirling. Tom at Jerry Walls.
Oh, no.
He's falling into the mousetrap.
Man, and he's driving it back, but that was a hard tumble.
That truck looks so happy to have flipped. You see that? Just the way it looks. Big old
It's used to
smile. Look at Harold. Wants to go high. No one with him. Why do they hate Harold?
They knew he was strong today, Matt. They don't want to push him out front because they know he's going to be hard to pass.
That's true. Chad GPT already figured that one out in his coding, but he can't figure out how to give people damn room coming through the corners.
He knows they can handle it, Matt. He's done the odds. The numbers don't lie, and they know he's going to get to the front. Gaikia, still our leader. They're 4, 5, nearly 6 wide behind that racing back. Let's hope they make it through this corner safe.
Oh, the
They do.
People on
deceleration
the
zone.
brakes. Some people just let off the gas. Some people hit the brakes. Like, we just need some consistency out here, you know?
Let's take a look at this terrifying accident off of turn 2 here. Tomlin just hooks clear pressure down into the concrete. Oh, LeBron too, but man. Terrible lick, and he's just going to go tumbling down towards that inside safer barrier and catch fence. Gets twirled up in it.
Bounce.
He's higher than the catch fence. Please
Look at
don't
that.
delete the footage, officials.
Right past the trees, too. Perfect.
And
Think
Paul
about-
Cummings.
Dude, he could afford 2 signs. This guy's made him money.
Right on board with Claire here. Not like I was last week, though. Unfortunate. Yeah, just gets turned by Tom.
Oh!
A big squanch. Into the wall, and then gets to watch him flip
Jesus.
after he turned her like that. She's probably laughing in here. I'm laughing up here. LOL.
How much money does Paul Cummings have?
Let's ride on board this 66. We actually have the in-car audio, so I'm going to shut up and we're going to listen.
Screaming.
God, terrifying.
Hollering. Oh.
Well, fortunately, he was able to drive away.
I wouldn't have screamed. That's not true.
Well, gentlemen, as we approach the restart zone, I think it's time we get down to picks. Who are you going with, Mike?
My eyes on making music. He's done so great today. Rusted and Ketchup not having a good second half of the race right here. I think Macon's going to capitalize on that and get to victory lane.
How about you, Matt?
I gotta go with Harold. That Jeep has been screaming, and he wants to prove me wrong about the aerodynamics of that vehicle.
He's been a tough contender all day, that's for sure. But look no further than a little bit behind that 74. My pick for the entire tournament, Dadgum. He's been kind of laying in the weeds all day. We talked about how much patience is going to pay off. And we haven't said his name, and that's probably a good thing here at Gauntlet.
Where even
Tends
is
to
he?
go.
Oh, there he was.
He's back there. Yep.
Oh,
God knows what's going to happen next.
no, Octavius Flex does.
No, it's God. He's helping out Dadgum.
And Octavius.
Oh, look at Mateus. Wow, what a move. If that mattered, and it was any...
Oh, they're wrecking in the
We
back.
already got trouble. There's the pace truck's lights.
Philip
it's Philip
McCrack.
McCrack. Looks like he's going to keep going. Doesn't look like it was too bad, guys. We're going to have to take a look at that, though.
They're gonna race back.
Ooh,
Gaikia
Sarah
wants it.
blocking him.
Big move.
Gaikia, he's been up front the whole day, too. Similar to Harold, that 44 is going to be tough to beat today. We didn't pick him at all.
Yeah, Guy's been pretty quiet this season. Not a whole lot of controversy around it, but that's a good thing. Sometimes you just got to be quiet and good.
I wonder if the fact
Hell
there's
yeah.
a second Swedish person in the field is helping him. He feels a little more confident.
Oh, Eaton Beaver making moves.
The
He's
Orb in
gonna
the
be up in
lead.
the top 10.
Oh my god, can you imagine the Orb and the pace truck nose to tail? Nobody's gonna see a fucking thing. Whoever gets second is gonna be blind. You don't want to be second right here. You gotta get third.
Wow, they really. Oh wow, making it to Threema.
As they storm to the line, Gaikia gonna get there first. Who's gonna be blinded? Oh, not Gaikia, pardon me, the Orb.
Oh, making.
It's all right.
I think
Got
they're
a
gonna
little
save
squirrely.
it.
Almost making. Oh God. Oh
Touching.
God.
Oh God, they're touching still.
Oh,
And more touching. Quit touching.
they're real handsy feely today.
Get off it.
Well, take another look at things here. 15. Oh, Big
Wow.
Luke gonna get hooked by Dr. Chemo Slice, and then gonna get hit by the 6 truck. A bronchitis
My
all torn up.
Sunshine.
Oh,
That was a cool
That
little
with
dance
tricks
right
on
there.
it.
yeah. They call that the fucking frisbee effect.
Right at the
I think-
logo.
It was actually developed, or I should say discovered, by Dr. Steve Basil himself. It's when you get off the ground because you're spinning around so fast, it almost acts like, I don't even know, Beyblade?
It's right on board Philip McCracken, the 15 here, just trying to have a good restart. But Big Luke says, "Oh,
Ugh. I don't like that sound.
That must have hurt, guys.
Why do you do that?
knocked the guts out of him."
Dude, we didn't get a single pit stop today. Love to see it.
More like shit strategy, Kyle.
Me when I'm on my way to the bathroom.
You poop there?
I mean, I poop in my room and I throw it out.
I just kind of run into the corner of the living room in front of my parents and just kind of crouch over and make a weird face, much like a toddler.
Yeah, I use the litter box with my cats.
When I was 3, I used to walk in front of the fireplace and just shit myself while making eye contact with my parents. Coming back down, only going to be 2 laps to go here. The Orb and Kling bottles leading the race. 2 very strong drivers, one physically, one mentally.
You just see the orb floating, contemplating what he's going to do. As
Here
they
we
go
go.
green. Got threat from Mateus Paiva, Guy Kia. Not so much Eaton Beaver, he got a really shit restart, but malnourished Marcus Morgan flying up the inside.
A lot of our dominant trucks kind of mired a little bit in traffic here. We saw them towards the front all day. Can they find their way back to the front?
Guys, Harold's nowhere to be found right now.
He's dropping like a rock, Matt. There he is on the
there
bottom
he is.
behind
He
that 09.
blends in.
He's trying to push John Niemann up to the lead.
And
Wait,
Niemann
my
neck down
mark.
to the fucking grass.
Oh, that's a big move.
Harold didn't even go with him fully. He's thinking about it. There he goes.
It's time.
Time to go. Coming to the white here. And across the strap.
Oh, and they're
Michael?
4 wide already.
Oh boy. Mateus
Squeezing.
has the edge here, but Niemannek's going to have a way better arc into the corner.
Guy Kia got absolutely shafted there. All the way to the back of this pack. See what he can make up in the right-hander, though.
Ooh, Mateus with a big run down here, but the Orb has
There
an
goes
even
the
better
Orb.
one.
There we go, to the stripe for the white flag. Harold's going to lead him back
Oh,
for
we've
like
seen-
the 15th time.
We've seen this act before.
Is today the day, guys? Based
Making
on
Mick.
this corner, I don't think so.
I mean, every other corner is a different direction, Matt. You got to think you have a huge disadvantage one turn and you have a big advantage in the other one. Here comes Harold back. LED lights shoving it up the middle.
Oh, he's going to have
Whoa.
help with making music. Never mind. Thanks, mate. Oh, well,
Make's coming back, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They need to generate a run right about now to
Oh.
capitalize on the right-hand turn.
Macon's desperate. He's trying to get in front of that 79. He wants to get in the next round of this tournament, guys.
Whoa! Here
You
comes You
can't-
Can't Hear Me down to the inside.
Big move from You Can't.
he's going to have
You
the
can't
advantage
block
here,
me.
but he has another right turn ahead of him. Oh,
Oh,
no!
shit! Malnourished
They're
Marcus
wrecking in the back,
wall,
and they're-
sliding up the track. We're coming to the finish. We'll look at it later. You Can't Hear Me. John Niemanek back for the first
Here they
time
come.
in years down to the stripe.
Oh,
I don't know.
oh, that's
I don't
it.
know.
Too close to
I don't know.
call.
I didn't know regardless.
You
We gotta
You
get
can't.
up by
can't
the
hear
line.
me. You Can't Hear Me evidently crossed the line first. Much like Pyongyang, we'll see who stays out front. Because
think
there
we're-
was a scoring error there.
I think this is going to require video review, guys. Let's not forget, we had to double check it, like we said, Pyongyang the last time. We're going to need to get the slow motion cameras out and see who actually got to that line first.
What a race, though, guys. I've never been so impressed because this track, it just scared the shit out of me. But we were going 8-9 wide all race long. Nobody ran into the poke deflector. We still have to check on that last crash because that looked pretty damn hard.
Whoa. Macon, what the hell is that?
Oh, no. Bad memories, guys. Oh, God!
Oh, God! They're plowing in! They don't know how to get... Oh, John Niemanek absolutely destroyed that thing. Tiny Stewart, dadgum, obviously flipping over in front of your eyes. Ginger Joe.
Oh, here comes more. Oh.
Well, guys, we've made it most of the day, but the poke deflector got a workout.
Yeah, it deflected some pokes, I guess. Maybe some memories gained. Looking from high above. I'm talking. What happened to malnourished Marcus Morgan? Just trying to squeeze where he don't fit. Gets bounced off Eaton Beaver down into Babe Juth. That collects Chad GPT, the Orb, Mateus Paiva. All sliding hard up into the outside wall. Big hits for some of the... Babe Juth hits a couple more times as they try not to slide down the track in front of oncoming traffic. As you can see, many cars were off the pace, evidently. Not able to keep up with the pack, but free spots! Holy shit.
All right, I think that was everybody. I think that 30 was the slowest truck remaining, guys. Thank goodness.
Well, the Orb's day was going great, and then it ended with a bang, just like the Big Bang. And here it comes. Oh. That is a safer Barry, but it's still pretty fucking hard.
And he just kept on driving. As you know, he's not fully sentient.
Yeah, the man with the brightest future in TOECAR, unfazed after that big impact.
From the wall. Well, it turns out I left one of my GoPros up on the wall during practice, and it caught some of this. Let's see it.
Oh God! Gosh! Look at all the skid marks. Oh, and they disappear.
No, it fell.
Oh shit!
It fell through the fucking world. It's in the back rooms.
The review is complete, and we can now show you probably the closest finish in TOECAR history. As they come to the line, you can't hear me. That's by like 2 centimeters, man. What's the official time? We'll have to get somebody to give us
They're calling it by a scotch, Matt.
Let's take a look what happened coming back to the pits after the checkered flag. You know, the new poke deflector's down here, and I guess these guys wanted to try it. John Niemanek, trying to recreate his crash at Riki, just comes back in way too hot.
Kind of drives right into it.
Hits the end.
Stupid idiot head.
Hits the first pillow. That absorbed a lot of the hits. Then Dadgum texts out the second pillow. Ginger Joe hits the third pillow.
And then
they collect clink bottles.
Guys, we saw
Corey.
Oh, we saw more trucks upside down in the pits than on the track today.
I think
Not
so,
surprising.
yeah.
Oh, and then Chemo Slice comes in and gives him an extra little kiss there.
Not too bad.
Dadgum rolling down into the pits. Doug Double's not going to be happy with how he returned the truck, because when he passed him on the checkered flag, that thing was not a scratch on it. Now it's destroyed.
And you got to think, too, there aren't very many Pontiac trucks available. You got to repair every single one of these, and that one's killed.
You might have to steal back that one backshot took from him.
One positive. Poke deflector absolutely did its job. All these trucks, they might have had a crazy looking wreck, but everybody got out of those trucks A-okay. The only one that seems to be in a little bit of discomfort is Ginger Joe. He's in the infield care center right now, but he did walk there, so that's good signs.
Yeah, he had to walk the entire 2-mile distance back around. He didn't take any rides.
I mean, as you see, the ambulance is not moving whatsoever.
No, the race is over.
Yeah, they get paid.
Job.
Yeah, they only get paid between lap 1 and the final lap, and this is after the race. So
flag to flag employment, if you will.
Well, after we reviewed the finish and we know everything is completely correct, you can't hear me. Our winner today over John Niemanek by 1/1000th of a second. Guys, we almost had to get John Niemanek a ride again. He was almost in the playoffs. Chicken McNugget going to share third. 4 people on the podium today. You love to see that. And you know what? We love to see Harold in P4 and Sarah, P5, and Tathrima. This is a heartwarming top 10, guys. Tathrima in 6th, Making Music P7. Going to be eliminated from the tournament, it looks like, with Sarah in 5th, but still a great run for him. LED Lights in 8th. Eaton Beaver, Matt, your guy, P9. And Dadgum didn't quite do what I hoped he would, but still a top 10 for that team. Of course, going home with a destroyed race truck, but at least they got something to show for it, I guess.
Also want to give a shout out to Clink Bottles, you know. Didn't have the best day today, got it home in the middle of the pack, but you know what? In TOECAR, you cannot shake a stick at a good points day. You know what? It really adds up. It's a tight battle for that top 4 going into the final race there, and he's definitely setting himself up for success there.
Yeah, I mean, you look further back through the field, a lot of tough days for a lot of guys. Gotta feel bad for Shave Burns. He tried to redeem himself from his death here last year, and just kind of didn't do anything special. Ends up 28th, right behind our truck, or Mike's truck, rather. Severe Thunderstorm Varnin.
One thing certain, the racing today was immaculate. A little bit better, a lot better really than last season. Nobody hit the pit wall until the race was over. Didn't see any dumb pit strategy and fuel mileage. Didn't have to have somebody win on pit road. I think this is a monumental upgrade from last season. And, you know, hopefully this facility can keep building on this, get some good momentum rolling. And hopefully we can keep this momentum for the rest of the season ourselves, guys.
I'm really worried about tomorrow, though, because we're going to Pigs Creek, and, you know, we pretty spared here at the Gauntlet today, but Pigs Creek is a whole other animal. Even faster. They're going to be going upwards of 300 in the cup cards there. So we can't exhale yet. Still got one more in us this week.
Well, after 43 laps of absolute chaos here at the Gauntlet, we come home with You Can't Hear Me in victory lane. We'll have to see that for the 58 team. From everybody here at TOECAR, from here in the booth to wherever you might be listening to this, thank you and good night. Oh, I'm getting a call. It's a bill collector. What's that about?